Hey, what's up, guys? Been a long time trying to do this a little more proper, so you guys get a better grasp of what it is that we're trying to do here. So today's a little different. This is more of a unboxing video. Got some fun stuff, more goodies for the race car. I kind of want to just dive right in, but I really do need to. I gotta get myself some stuff. I gotta get like maybe a little prop, little selfie stick, whatever I can do to kind of get you guys a little, get this situation a little more vivid. You can really see what's going on. But anyway, got some new stuff for the race car. Tour knives, I love it. Circle. Check this out. So, Hitmaster. So what this is a flow control valve for the clutch. Now, what this is basically a valve with a plunger inside as well. And what these two do is essentially anytime you take your foot off of the pedal, whenever the clutch is engaged, the second that you take your foot off the pedal, the fluid gets trapped in this at an adjustable amount once this valve has power to it, because this has a one-way check valve inside of it. So basically it kind of simulates almost like a slipper clutch. I mean, nothing will ever be as good as a true slipper clutch, but basically the fluid gets held into this valve. You control just how much the pedal is going to depress, right? How much. But what it does is that as soon as you take your foot off the pedal, it comes up about halfway, and then once power is taken away from the secondary valve, it releases to full clamping pressure. At least this is kind of like what I'm understanding. I mean, in theory, that's not perfect because there are other variables that are going to change that, but this should be a hell of a lot more consistent than what I was using before, which actually was never even truly optimizing like I should have. But this is a much better route. Kind of functions like the Magnus valve. Magnus, though, the thing about that is it releases the clutch in like a very linear rate. So you got 0, 100, you release the clutch here, you just adjust how slow it releases from 0 to 100. This, though, what it does is that, say we have a graph here. This is, clutch pressure, this is time, or however you want to make this. But the second you release the clutch, what happens is it goes across, boom, fluid. If you're measuring clutch pressure when you push the pedal in, it'd be at, I don't know, maybe let's say 500. And as soon as you release the clutch pedal, it might drop. You can adjust how much it drops. So if you wanted to drop to maybe 250, let's say full engagement of the clutch is, all the way down here at, I don't know, let's just say 0, right? But before it gets to 0, you can adjust it to it at 500. You let go of the pedal, boom, 250, and it'll hold 250 for, let's say, to a certain speed or to a certain time. But ultimately what it's trying to do is slow down the adjustment for the actual pedal travel when you're releasing, and it does it at a consistent amount. And depending on how you adjust this, the speed to that first drop will be either faster or shorter, because it's going to just based on how much travel you want, how far you want it to come up, and it will hold. And I've seen some data logs, and they even send you a few if you actually look at here's a good example. Here you go. If you look at this here, that's the portion that says timer adjustment. The first stage is this valve here, the big black one. Pause, the big black one. But that first stage will hold, as long as you want it to. So you see it drop down here about 400, and let's say, the optimal area where you would like it to drop to, that's going to give you the best clutch slip without smoking the tires out or, bogging, is going to be, let's say, I don't know, 175, wherever this is on this graph. But then the length of time here from A to B is going to be determined by, let's say, you know, this is a starting point, right? Well, matter of fact, this is the starting point. So let's say you launch here, boom, you let go of the pedal, it stops. Let's say this represents, let's say 20 miles an hour, or let's say it represents, you know, 2 seconds, you know, whether you're using, depends on what parameter you're going to be using. But yeah, I mean, I heard about this online. I have a feeling that a lot of the really fast stick shift cars are using this sort of device, and I'm really pretty optimistic about, you know, using something like this. You know, one of the biggest issues that a lot of us stick shift guys face is consistency. You know, if you had an automatic car, you know, you drop that brake pedal, you're gone. You know, line lock and go. With us, we've got to come up with all types of interesting formulas to be able to leave the line roughly the same, because I don't think it'll ever be exact, but roughly the same every single pass. And this is where the beauty of electronics come in. You know, because launching is more of a very, it's a dynamic, if you've ever drag raced before, it's a very dynamic situation. And with, you know, dynamic problems, I believe that, you know, they're going to require some dynamic solutions. The reason I think a lot of people don't know about valves like this, and even the more simple ones like the Magnus valve and stuff like that, is that a lot of people are really doing their own research and looking into, you know, what's going to actually work for me and make my car go faster and whatever. Most of the people just stop by a shop or something like that. They drop their cars off. They say, forget about it, blank checkers. You know, yeah. I'm a little more geeked out than that, I guess you could say. You know, I'm trying to be involved. I'm trying to know how things work. I've always thought that way. Cool part about this valve too, it's got a 1/8 MPT plug in the front, so, or female end, I should say. So what I like about that is I'm going to toss my clutch sensor right in there. That way I can always actually know, not just based on, okay, that was a good pass, this was a good pass. I could log it and actually know what clutch pressure or line pressure really worked out, based on the surface, track temp, tire pressure, so on and so forth. And then you start writing all this stuff down, because, you know, like I said, it's just, this is all a battle for consistency, you know. So I said all that to say this. Not a lot of people know, but MIR this year is it's coming, and I don't know if you've looked into it, or anybody, if you're watching this video, you probably have at least some concept of what World Cup Finals is. You know, it's one of the biggest, we call it a import racing Super Bowl, and one of the things that is going to happen this year, it's only going to be a 32 car field, and there's a pre-registration and the first, and then there's a second registration. So what they do is, I guess they try and fill the field with the first, I don't know, however many races from August 25th, and then on August 30th, they'll fill the rest of them. The times are outrageous this year. The first pre-registration, before the tickets go on sale, on August 25th, you gotta go 8:19 in order to fit into that class. And then the secondary registration is for, you know, the next cut, which is gonna be 8.69. So if you've been following, you know, my car's, it's been 8.701. Crazy. Yeah, what a bitch. So, I have my work cut out for me, but this is the first time ever that everything, and I mean everything, is working. Car fume seems good. Did a compression test the other day. Everything, you know, pretty much checked out. All cylinders are even. Leak down. Everything's nice. So, looking forward to getting this installed. I'm probably actually going to get over to the car tomorrow so that I can mount these up, and also get the lines ordered so that those can hopefully get here within the week. And yeah, that should be nice. That should be nice. Next thing the car needs is just an alignment and some corner balancing, and then we can get right back to testing. So stay in touch. Look forward to more videos. They'll get better and better and better as the time to go on. as long as I stay consistent with that, not just consistent with the car. Yeah, see you.